Ladies and gentlemen, ready for mealtime challenge. Dinner porridge is worse than prison food. Despair. Suddenly, he spotted a picturesque scene, someone munching on sugarcane in the distance. Little Black thought, wow, I can't miss this. They were merely eating sugarcane. When the supervisor approached, Little Black hid his phone quickly, looking innocent. By evening, Little Black complained that sugarcane chopping was dirty, tiring, he could barely endure. Egged on by him, the priest also fled the farm. At night, two scared kids took a few steps, only two. It spooked back into hiding by a pale figure in the bushes. The next morning, the supervisor got up ready to work, but there was still no sign of Little Black's voice. By noon, the priest began reading the Bible to the slaves, and our priest in training blended in pretty quick. The priest and the priest in training started questioning, if we were all created by the divine, why can't we live equally? This stirred everyone's thought. The priestly alliance replied, the Bible says black folks must listen to white folks. Talk about groundbreaking. The priest didn't expect that the black folks could read. He quickly got them back to work. Oh, not scary at all. Slaves resumed their work, while the priest thought, him here, and I couldn't care less. 2 minutes late, Little Black drew the supervisor's attention. Fed up, he grabbed Dirt, face full of rage. You bet it was the taste of freedom. So, right in front of the supervisor, he made a grand escape. The supervisor tried to block him, fiercely whipping Little Black in front of all the slaves, but he just didn't care. Freedom, equality, death, until he finally gives up. But that didn't stop Little Black. He even thought about retaliating against the guy treating him like that. Upon learning Jess could read, the farm owner deemed him smarter than other blacks. With some white ancestry, Jess was put in charge of blacks. He was thrilled and shut off immediately. He hadn't even noticed the sword. The supervisor appeared right behind him. Without hesitation, Jess picked up a wooden bucket and splashed it on Little Black, shouting, "Put me down, put that down." That day, a few of them were assigned to bridge repairs. Little Black asked Jess, "Why don't you try to escape? You just keep pretending in front of me." Jess quickly came clean about the situation. He didn't know how to get back and decided to behave to suffer less. Thus, buttering up the whites works like a charm. Little Black had an epiphany. Why didn't he think of that? After fixing the bridge, Jess proudly reported to the farm owner, forgetting his status and eager to join the whites' talk. The farm owner quickly said, "This black man's smart and can write." A white man joked, "Can he play piano?" This comment had everyone in stitches, anticipating his embarrassment. Unexpectedly, the next scene stunned all. Jess arrogantly looked at the white folks in the room, as if they were mentally challenged, totally forgetting that without a white person's permission, they couldn't touch the piano. The next day, the supervisor found that Jess and Little Black were missing and immediately called in 2 slave catchers, Wallong and Finchu. The farm owner demanded that they bring back both of them intact, or they wouldn't get paid. At that time, the brothers hid in a farmer's home. Upon learning the old man was Jewish, Little Black scowled. Suddenly, the slave catchers showed up with their tracking hounds, and the Jewish old man urged them to escape through the back door. The two raced away, zigzagging through the woods, and eventually stumbled upon a vast ocean. In a moment of crisis, they spotted a fishing boat and dashed out to sea. Wallong and Finchu were so furious they nearly cried. Just as the two got further away, a gigantic slave ship appeared. Black brothers were caught again and sent up on the auction block. After a fight, the brothers returned to the farm. Resting en route, Wallong sought food. Meanwhile, Finchu remained behind, and suddenly a piercing scream echoed, making it evident that something terrible had befallen Wallong. When they woke again, they were shocked to see their aunt and, realizing she sent them to 1780, cursed immediately. They aimed to kill the old witch, but Little Black intervened in time. Auntie said to return to the future, they must find ancestors Hyce and Sally. After fixing the mistake, a puff on the pipe sends them home. Little Black said confidently Hyce isn't their ancestor as he's gay. He even whipped out the evidence he had snapped earlier to show Jess, who finally believed him. So, how did they end up here then? Little Black had the light bulb moment. Maybe Auntie wants us to correct this. Just thought it made a lot of sense, and they decided to help their ancestors have some kids. Question is, how do they cover up their escape? Don't worry, negotiation is my forte. You don't need my help to come up with a fake company just like that. The brothers successfully pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. That evening, the farm owner threw a grand wedding for his daughter. He stole the farm's liquor, planning to intoxicate all black people for their baby-making plan, with Little Black overseeing the inexperienced. Just got high as drunk, who soon passed out. Little Black nearly lost control, but just stopped him in time. They carried the two ancestors into the barn, struggled a bit, and finished the task. Now they just needed to light the pipe. Instead, Little Black blew out the pipe. I think going back like this is too easy for those who bullied me. I need to deal with them. They marched in with chains in hand and machetes, striding into the white folks' wedding. Everyone froze in shock at the sight. To vent anger, Little Black overturned the white's goblets, forcibly kissed the farmer's daughter, then grabbed the white lady, hitting her hard, and wiped her big, sexy lips. Just forced her to bite the white man's finger.